Hey Internet, thanks for viewing. This is going to be a weird one. This is my stop in Sydney, Nova Scotia. However, all but one of the videos just did not turn out. The setting I had, or not the setting, but the way I had it hooked up on my hat, somehow it got bumped down. So all you can see is the ground and my feet. So this is going to be mostly all stills. There is the one short video. It's going to be kind of in the middle of a little ferry ride I had to take to get back to the port. But I just wanted to give a little intro to this because, like I said, this is going to be a weird one, and I'm going to be talking through it. So hopefully you enjoy it, and don't forget, like and subscribe, especially if you do like it, like and subscribe. If you don't like it, well, just subscribe. Thanks. So here I am coming into Sydney Harbor in the morning. It was a beautiful morning. You can see the lighthouse here. Once I got into the harbor or into port, I walked my way to the bus station, or bus stop, I should say, to pick up the bus to go get my rental car. There's three ways to go get a rental car: walk, which is quite a ways, bus, or get a taxi. Because the rental car places there, even though they might advertise, we'll pick you up, they don't. Uh, so you want to make sure you get, once you reserve your car, you can figure out how to get there and back. And there's no real Uber there either. The bus cost me, because I'm an old fat dude, $1 Canadian each way. If you're not an old fat dude, it's a buck and a quarter Canadian each way. So, and it drops you off about a block from the rental car place and about a half block when you come back. You can take either the 1, the 2, or the 9. I believe the stop was on Pitt Street. Uh, but yeah, it was about a 5 minute walk from the port, so not a bad walk at all. So my first stop after I stopped at Walmart to get a couple things on the way out of town and got out of town a bit was the very popular St. Anne's Overlook. Beware, there will be a lot of tour buses that stop here, and it's a very good reason why. The views from here, as you can see, are just outstanding. And this is on the way to the beginning of the Cabot Trail. We haven't quite got to the start of that yet. But wait, we'll get there. Now we're about ready to get onto the Cabot Trail, which is on New Brunswick 30, right off the Trans-Canada Highway. This is right off at that intersection there. There's a beautiful spot, no place to pull over, so there was no traffic. I just stopped, kept looking for traffic, took a bunch of pictures here. Obviously, don't recommend that, but the old fat dude doesn't really practice what he preaches sometimes. But beautiful spot, beautiful, beautiful spot. I wish there was a place to pull over. It's very narrow. It was just road and then off to the water there. But beautiful spot, as you can see. Next stop of note was St. Anne's Provincial Park. This is mainly a picnic spot. There were quite a few flies near the water, but the scene here is just fantastic. Now, I did not drive when I went on the Cabot Trail all the way around. I did not go into the Cape Breton's Highlands National Park. That's about where I turned around and came back. One, I didn't have time, and two, I really didn't want to pay the money to go in there just to drive up a little bit and drive back. But this spot was very beautiful. If you're going to have lunch, I was here earlier in the morning. It was probably about 10 a.m. So lunch was a little bit early, but beautiful, beautiful spot here. Highly recommend a stop here. There's scenery on both sides of the highway here at the park, uh, and it's very accessible. I did hear a woodpecker, but he was annoying, and I couldn't find him to take a picture of him. That was the annoying part. I usually don't take pictures of food, but I stopped at the Wreck Cove General Store on the way up and got this lobster sandwich. It's bread, Miracle Whip, lobster. Oh my gosh, was this sucker good. Highly recommend. Stop there and get one. So now I'm on my way back from turning around at the gate for the Cape Breton Highlands National Park. And I pulled off here at Cape Smoky Picnic Park, which is a beautiful scenic spot. There are some picnic tables there. It was very, very windy though, and there's also some facilities here. A lot of trails, but as you can see here, they are not very accessible at all. It's very narrow, rough, up and down, very hilly. But if you can handle it, well, go ahead. This old fat dude, no. No. I looked for some other spots to maybe get down and get some other pictures, but just wasn't able to get any closer than this. But it's still worth a shot here, worth a stop and take some shots with the old camera. Uh, Highly recommend. If I'm gonna picnic, I probably wouldn't picnic here. I'd probably be down at the St. Anne's Provincial Park. Not as many trees to give you any cover with the sun, but still a beautiful spot to stop. So here's the Englishtown Ferry as you cross over on New Brunswick 312. It is no cost to go across. Uh, Here comes the one video that I was able to salvage from this trip.
Continue straight onto Nova Scotia 312 South.
So this was the last real stop I made on with the rental car. I noticed when I got out here at the Seal Island Lookout uh, that there was a nice big dimple on the passenger driver's tire. So I was just making a beeline back to town before I had any issues with a flat tire. I did not need that. Nobody does that on vacation. Uh, so was able to get back safely, obviously, without any problems. Had to stop and get gas uh, on the way in, but it was fine. And then that bridge we saw at the beginning, and crossing it, and the only place you can access this lighthouse here is actually to get a picture is to actually just point the camera out the window and hope you get the picture, which obviously is able to because it's all private property around there and there's no place to stop. So now safely back on board the cruise ship, seeing the good old big fiddle, which is the world's largest fiddle, by the way. There's some shots of Sydney Harbor here as we leave town and head out to the next stop, which is Halifax. It was a beautiful day in Sydney. Didn't get a lot of time to look around in Sydney. Was more interested in getting around the Cabot Trail area. There's so much to see in this area. I would love to go back. Highly recommend Sydney. Uh, Highly recommend the was it was budget rent a car there, and highly recommend the Rec Cove General Store lobster sandwich. I will leave a link for that place down below here. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time, Internet. Bye for now.